Today we're going to be answering 36 questions that women have for men. Okay, now this video is by As Is channel, and I'll put the link down below so you can check it out if you want to do that. There's 36 questions, and I'm not going to get into a deep answer on all of them. I haven't heard all of them yet, but some of them, like this first one, it's not going to be worthy of a really deep, long answer.
How does it feel to be the same sex as Donald Trump?
It just feels right.
Why do you hate rom-coms? Or do you just feel like you need to hate them?
Everybody likes...
Don't hate them. Just most of them suck.
Everybody likes The Notebook. Everybody likes Beyonce. It's just a fact.
Why do you make women sit around and talk about men in movies?
When y'all easily just sit around and talk about boobs for hours.
We don't sit around and talk about boobs for hours. I mean, I see it with my friends and we're talking about... Okay, but why do we make women sit around and talk about men in movies? That only happens in romantic comedies, and those suck.
Are you surprised when women are funny?
I'm probably funnier than you.
Because most women don't have a good sense of humor. There are some very funny women, but we're speaking in generalities here, right?
Why do you think that we're obsessed with you when we hook up?
I don't know about you guys, but I have actually a couple of times when I went out with a girl one time, and she was sending me messages saying she loved me. So maybe because it happens?
I sleep with as many people as I want to without being judged. When men do it, they're congratulated.
Because men and women aren't the same and society isn't the same.
Consider a woman a tease if she doesn't sleep with you after 3 dates, but a slut if she sleeps with you on the first.
I wouldn't call her a tease if she didn't sleep with me by the third date. I just wouldn't call her at all.
What world does no mean yes?
No means no.
Why?
Unless it means yes, right? No, that is such bull. I can't even remember how many times a woman said no, and not just talking about, in a sexual nature, but said no about something. I was like, all right, cool. And then you get, well, why didn't you try harder? Or why didn't you ask again? Or I was just playing hard to get. No meaning no would imply that women always say what they mean. If you speak your mind, if you say what you mean, it'll make things a lot easier. Here's the thing. What is it, like 90% of communication is through body language? So if you're saying no with your mouth, but you're saying yes with your body, that's what guys are going to react to.
Why do you say that women are too emotional to be leaders?
Then justify catcalling by saying men just can't control themselves.
I actually just did a video on catcalling, but I don't see what that has to do with women being too emotional. Self-control and being emotional are two different things. Yes, guys have emotions too. And I'm not talking about when you have those emotions to control them. But when faced with a problem, most of the time, a guy will think, how do I fix this? Whereas most women will think about how it makes them feel. So I think, especially in a leadership role, when you need to make decisions quickly and decisively, emotions get in the way.
I think that just because you're nice to me, I owe you my body.
We don't think that.
Do you ever send an unsolicited dick pic?
Yeah, don't do that, guys.
Why do you feel like it's okay to harass women or make offensive comments about women, but when somebody does it to your sister, it's not okay?
Who thinks it's okay to harass and make offensive comments about women? What men are these chicks dating?
Interrupts me when I'm in the middle of making a point during a meeting.
People do that to guys all the time too. They're just people with no manners. But that's the world we live in. If you're in a meeting and somebody cuts you off, raise the volume. You're in a meeting, right? Which maybe, it's at work or something. It's a competitive world. And people cutting you off to get their point across over yours isn't a guy-girl thing. Guys do it to each other all the time.
Why do you have to sit with your legs so wide open?
I get that you have balls, but I don't stand around with my arms wide open to make room for my boobs.
That's just stupid. I mean, do you naturally, when you sit down, are you like this? No. Yes, you sit with your legs more open, because if we sat with our legs together, it would hurt.
Why are women perceived as the weaker sex, even though we literally birth you? Like watermelons through like this.
Why is
What does that have to do with strength? Women biologically can withstand more pain, and that's because of childbirth. But it doesn't have anything to do with strength. Your body on its own gives birth. You just have to be there and take it. And I mean, respect. That would terrify me. I have kids and I was at the births and I wouldn't wish that on anyone. And I am very, very grateful that my kid's mom went through that. But it has nothing to do with strength, and physically women are weaker. Sorry.
Why is it so bad to show your emotions?
It means you're human.
It's not bad to show your emotions, but there's a time and place. Like I said, with the making decisions and being emotional. If you're with your buddies, or if you're with your counselor, or psychologist or whatever, spill your guts, let it all out. But when it's time to work, when it's time to get stuff done, put that stuff aside. Time to get stuff done. No time for feelings right now.
Why are you always trying to prove your masculinity to me?
Why the isn't it ladylike to cuss? When did words get gendered?
Why?
Because it just is. It's kind of a turnoff. Now, of course, there's levels, right? A cuss word every now and then, it's no big deal. But if you talk like a drunken sailor, most of the guys I know would not be attracted to that.
Why is it your first instinct to doubt women who have been sexually violated or raped?
First of all, it's not my first instinct, and I don't think it's most guys' first instincts. If a woman I knew came up to me and told me, hey, this guy did this, I'm going to act. I'm going to go talk to that guy at the very least. But women lie. Ask Johnny Depp.
Assume a woman's angry because she's on her period.
Maybe because she screams at me for saying hi?
Why do you think women that wear makeup are false advertising? We can say the same thing about your dick size.
I'm sorry. Do most guys walk around with a big old sausage in their pants? What? We say it because it depends on how much makeup you're wearing, but sometimes it's like, yo, you look like a totally different person. So yeah, maybe that's why.
Why isn't it weird that there's a bunch of old white men sitting in a room making legislation about what I can and can't do with my body?
There's a lot of women in Congress.
There's straight guys so obsessed with lesbians.
We're only obsessed with the hot ones.
How does it feel to get kicked in the balls?
It freaking hurts. It's like you get kicked there and it goes all the way up your stomach. I don't know why, but it hurts like hell.
Why are you so afraid of gender equality?
I'm not.
Why do I deserve to be paid less than you?
Yes, the wage gap. That's a whole nother video, but you don't deserve to be paid less than men. You deserve to be paid what you're worth. If you're going to put in 16-hour days, if you're going to miss holidays, if you're going to miss birthdays, if you're going to come into work sick, if you're going to produce, then you deserve to be paid what you're worth.
Why are you intimidated by a woman who makes more money than you?
I wouldn't be intimidated by that.
Why are opinionated women seen as bitches?
When opinionated men are seen as bosses.
It's all in the delivery. If you share your opinions in a bitchy way, you're gonna get called a bitch.
Why aren't you speaking up when you hear your male friends behind closed doors make jokes that are offensive to women?
Because it's behind closed doors and they're not offending a woman at the time.
Why are you so afraid of recognizing your own privilege? Doesn't mean you're a bad person. Just recognize it and do something about it.
Privileged? Most of the men I know go out of their way. They break their back to make the women in their lives happy, to make their lives easier. So to say that men are privileged just doesn't hold any water. Okay, guys, that was the video for today. What do you think about these questions? Again, the link will be down below, and share your answers. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe because it really helps the channel. I'll see you on the next one.